Hello everyone, this is Alex, and today I want to share with you the new features that ChatGPT has released. Now we have all entered the ChatGPT app, and we can see that it has a search the web feature. Well, we can, for example, search for some information on the internet. For instance, how to cook chicken. It went to the internet and found various options for chicken as they can be. I want this kind of chicken. Look, it provided us with the ingredients, the instructions, step by step. Okay. And I also want a link to YouTube. Here we also have a link to the YouTube video on how to prepare it. Well, he can now definitely go online and get us the information we absolutely need so that with this, we can get better answers. But everything is clear with cooking the chicken. But how can we use this in our service? Well, we are initiating the process of opening a brand new chat session to start a conversation to facilitate communication and exchange ideas by creating a new chat interface. I am opening the GPT chat, and now I want to find something else. Well, let's just take a moment to calm down. What exactly will it give us? Well, once again, it is this. So, Teenage Culture Day is characterized by dynamic interplay of technology, hobbies, and online communities. It gives us a lot of information. So, what is important to us and what information matters to us? Values and aspirations. Well, we see the statistics on how they currently affect our youth, how they affect our teenagers, and what does this give us? We can look at this, how it generally happens. That is, he went online, looked at this information, analyzed it, and provided us with the result. And so based on this, we can look at where they are influenced, what shapes their values, and we need to pay attention to this. That is, for their values to be first and foremost Jesus. We can understand based on this information what currently shapes their values and how we can change these values so that they are directed in the right way towards Christ. So we can use this resource. It is a tool, yes. We also have the new GPT-4 Always Canvas. So what can we do here? It currently only works with a paid subscription. If you look at it, it is currently only in beta version, meaning it is only available to those who have a paid subscription. But what does it do? It helps to write posts or blogs. For example, I want to write a post on social media. Well, I want a post about cybersecurity for children. So what does it do? Right away, it sends me to some other window. And here it describes all this information to me. Okay, so what features do we have then? Here we can write in this window, edit information in real time. For example, I don't like the iconic click collected added. Added some other words. That is, I can edit in real time here. For example, if I want to make this text bold, this one italic. And for example, I want to add cybersecurity to the document and highlight it as an important section to emphasize its significance as a header in the overall context of the document. I also want to ask what to inquire about in the GPT chat. I want, for example, for it to write me more about this. He wrote me a bit more about this. So I can ask him for any information, even find something on the internet, edit something, and what other features do we have here? Well, let's try. And what does he do? As we can see, he offers us edits. That is, how we can improve our text. We can apply, and he makes necessary modifications to this text for us in real time in a way that is efficient and effective. So we can use this feature, adjust the length. Well, we can increase or decrease the length of our text. For example, make it a bit longer. As you can see, we can immediately see how this text is being edited, how it is increasing. Well, we can immediately use the variable he offers here. Okay, cool. Let's move on. Reading level. If we, for example, want to change who this text is presented to, that is, whether it is for children, for example, in kindergarten, or for middle school, and almost up to college, and so on. We can, for example, say that this is for high school. And we see that it immediately edits everything for us, and we can see everything very well. So, what can we do next? For example, the text is quite dry and we want to add emojis. Please add emojis for me. As you can see, he added emojis and he also adds them to the topic. So it does this well in context and handles it pretty well. And the last function is add final polish. That is, it adds the final touches. It will make this final as well. Final adjustments. And it will finish with all the necessary careful and precise steps to ensure that everything is perfectly aligned before we proceed to insert the final post. So we have the final post, and this is how we can use this function. Only for paid users, but very soon it will also be available for those with a free subscription. There is also a chat search feature, which is quite understandable. I, for example, want to find something. What we did last was security tips for kids. Well, we selected it, and we are already in this chat, which is pretty cool. Yes, and I also want to show you one feature that is in the GPT chat. It's pretty cool. It's customize chat GPT. We simply select it and well, we move on to these two windows. How we want the GPT chat to respond to us. This is quite important because we often encounter situations where we ask something in the GPT chat and it responds to us completely differently, telling us that it cannot give us an exact answer, or it is never sure that it cannot give us an exact answer. Or sometimes it is even unsure of the answer, but it still responds to us, and this can sometimes be a lie. Well, to avoid this, there is a special instruction. I am ready to share it with you. We are ready to share it with you, and we are thrilled to present this to you. Well, if we go to the comprehensive instruction I sent you previously, we will proceed to open it here, for instance, in a new tab, and it will load seamlessly. Yes, let's scroll down. Here we will have the topic exactly custom instructions, how we want GPT chat to respond to us. To get rid of bad responses from GPT chat, we simply copy this option. We copy, go here and paste, and this will help us. Also, now we have a second window, which is called how we want. What information we will provide it in order to give it a better response. And look, I generally do not provide the artificial intelligence with answers about myself. This is not your personal information, and it should generally not be provided. In the topic of artificial intelligence ethics, I will tell you that now the issue of cybersecurity is emerging quite broadly. And with the scheme and the increasing capabilities of artificial intelligence, it is worth securing oneself. Therefore, one should not share personal data with artificial intelligence. And what am I doing? I can tell him there, for example, that I am a Christian, I am a teacher animator, I work with teenagers, and for example, I want some ideas for the camp. That is what I am outlining the profile that I am building, all the information about the camp. For example, I copy all this information and go to teach. This is the window for the details. That is, this is the first window. Here I put information about myself, about what I want him to know about me. And here specifically about the camp, the summer camp, the place where champions are made. And I explain the idea of the camp, what this camp is about, and so on. And so I save it. And look, the main thing is that it only works for new chats. So I save it. I will restart. Yes. The main thing is that I had this model. For example, I want ideas for the first day. As you can see, I didn't give him any more details. I only told him to write me something about the first data. Give me some ideas for the first data. That is, he outlined the morning, lunch, and evening for me. That is, he gave me a bunch of ideas on how to run this camp. He even took the key verse, that is, it is 1 John 5:4, and we just pointed this out here. And how cool it works. Also, the next function, I just want you to try this with your ministry. That is, where you work. Check if it will really work for you. I believe it will be so, and I also want to show you that there are more hotkeys. That is, I can, for example, type 5Q, and it will give me 5 questions to think about, to ponder. Well, for example, and where do I need to enter this? Let's go back to the GPT chat. And here at the bottom, I indicate, for example, 5Q, which means 5 questions to think about. They also only work with new chats since I already had it. Look at what I do. I just write 5Q. We see that it gives me 5 questions to think about. You can use this in general. Good. That is, this can also be, for example, tied to some key. Summarize everything about everything we talked about. You can also express documents here in PDF, Word, and Excel. A lot of possibilities. For example, if you want, based on your correspondence, to get 5 biblical verses, just leave 5V and let the glue. That is, when I write this to you, give me 5 biblical verses that can be based on this conversation. That is how I can use them. In fact, artificial intelligence is more about ideas. Yes, it replaces our work routine, but also to work with it, to get better answers from it, we need to include our creativity, our ideas, and then it will work at full capacity for us. And thank you. That's all. See you.